life and suffering of Sir Brante. In times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire, you're tuned into the Chunts. My name is Sir Ty, and you are watching a series called The Backlogs. This is a show where we play games that have piqued the interest of the mind, and for whatever reason are thrown onto the list of the log of back. A wheel is spun off screen, and I am forced to play the game that it lands on. And today, it is the life and suffering of Sir Brante. This is exciting. Let us play a new game.
Oh, enter your character's name. Well, obviously we're going to be Sir Slut Brante. Choose your name carefully. Other characters will address you exactly like this. Well, I cannot wait. Game mode. Chapters restarts enabled. Consequences open. Okay. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You will follow his life from birth to death. Your choices shall define Sir Brante. Will you grow up to be? You will decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. The world of Sir Brante's birth is ruthless realm, where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often, you will not be able to make your choice you would like to. It may happen because you choose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. I cannot wait to be a criminal! Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale of your hero. What will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you. Wow, this is so exciting.
The story of my life.
Oh my god, it's so loud.
On these pages. But my fate has always been
Man's
my
tongue
own.
in my fucking ear hole.
Every
Jesus
deed,
Christ.
Every choice, every person I met made me what I am.
Every person I met.
Could I have taken a different path?
I personally like the
Could I have
voice
found
I
a
have
different
chosen
calling?
for Sir Brante.
Altered the very course of history.
My throaty frogman
what
voice
price
that I like to
would I
do
have to
because it's
pay?
fun and I enjoy it. The life and suffering of Sir Brante in times of the fall of the blessed Arcanian Empire.
Controller game? Oh, no.
At the end of time, your fingers are stained with ink, your breath grows ragged, your hands shaking, mom's spaghetti. Yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you? How did you reach this end? You were born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods, the boobies, and each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital. Years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle and faces. So many faces of the people you held dear. The people who walked this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed and ink erupting onto the page. With your every step, you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of the loom, the consequences of your sacrifice, all led it to you here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory. The pain, the joy, inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path? Yes. Chosen a different calling? Maybe. Found a different place in the world? Absolutely. You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now, on the verge of death, you struggle with the doubt seeking answers to the last and most crucial questions of all. Your life. Of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate? Was your life shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny?
And I have to answer these now. Man himself, the world around him, a higher power. There is no destiny. I like that one. Jesus.
You stand tall and stare death in the face, unflinching. There was no higher power. Guiding your life, it was just a wild jig, a chaotic tangle of innumerable human wills, actions, and accidents. The only thing that could ever turn this chaos into an orderly narrative is the eternal human drive for storytelling. Your life had no greater meaning. You were neither cursed by fate nor guided by providence, and this is what made you truly free. But you are right about this. Is it all true? To learn the truth, you will have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. On these pages, the story of Nan, named Slut Brante, will live once more.
Childhood. Okay. Let us do. Chapter 1, Childhood. Look at me, there I am, I'm running. This is cool, so it's all like, the whole entire game's like played through a book? Childhood.
Childhood, where life begins, first words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world on which you were born. To you, everything is new, so baffling, so unforgiving. A long, drawing life stretches before you, so many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet, you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You are learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? Prologue, growing up. In chapters Childhood, Adolescence, and Youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of Prologue, you will determine the state and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood he will start to influence the world around him, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Slut Brante grow up to be? It is your call. Okay. Events in the personal life of the hero that can happen in this chapter. Okay. We got some stuff. Personality, your personal qualities at this age, they determine what choices you may take. Okay. I don't have anything there. It's just telling me this stuff. I already have one willpower. Untouched by death. The sections that open in this chapter: Destiny screen, Personality screen is now available, House of Brante screen is now available, Family screen is now available. Jesus, look at all this shit! I am 0 years old. I have died no times. Oh, here there's my father, there's my brother, Stefan. Robert Brante's son from his first marriage and ennobled by birth. From a young age, he has been striving to be first of all things and demonstrate his superiority to the family. I will have my own brother killed. Brother side. Gloria, The illegitimate daughter of your mother, Lydia. She has never met her real father. Her position in the family is precarious. Robert Brant has never acknowledged her as his own daughter. Your sister is a dreamer, so often her head in the clouds and can act reckless at times. She will be my accomplice and partner in crime. This is too much. I need to get back on track. Where are we? How did we get here? Back to scene. Okay. Those things are available. Let's begin the chapter. I want to actually get into the nitty-gritty. Birth. At first there was nothing, no time, no sensation, nothing but darkness and void. Then a will breathed life into the nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Your first memory, you are lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are part of them, and they are part of you. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you, guard you, and protect you. The twins. It hurts to breathe. You let out a pain in the form of desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands toward you. There are two of them, the ones who made you from their own selves, and brought you into this world. They are united, yet as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel the differences within you, struggling against each other. The first figure is soft and emphatic, wise and merciful. The love that emanates from it warps your head into toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. The second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It is harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, a merciless punishment for every misdeed. Yet there is also a third figure. It is like a shadow barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing ever stronger within you. It is the devil. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. I am reaching out. Oh, I smile at the shadow. Okay, yeah. Don't know what any of these stats do, so who cares? Birth. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all that it takes for you to feel the will to live, an act that now burns within you. The shadow brings a finger to its lips as if to say, There, baby. Don't cry. This is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light. Oh, I cannot wait to be so evil!
Alright. Birth. We have been birthed. We are now a year old. What event can happen when we are still a baby?
Hide and seek. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize father by his heavy breath and strong cold hands. He visits you rarely, 'cause he's a bitch. Robert Brant. Hello there, slut Brant. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night.
My, you're growing so quickly, my child.
There are two more children in the family named Stephen and Gloria. Gloria sings to you, so often dresses you in tight clothing, and gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stephen likes to sweep you up and pinch you and toss you in the air.
Oh, look, this is your brother and sister.
Yeah, you're my little brother. Oh my God, I can't. Look at this fucking guy's face. He's known as an adult. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I've always gotta be in charge 'cause, you know, you're born a commoner.
Be quiet. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby slut. Let's go play in the yard.
It's hot outside. You'll grip your brother's hand with one and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground and start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar, a perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at.
Why are you always staring at the sun shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. I don't know what this guy's voice is yet. Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's become the Jersey man.
He's just a little baby. How's he gonna play?
Then you hide him, and I'll try and find both of you.
You have no idea what they are talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is a strange but so exciting. Stephen and Gloria glance at each other, then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason, and then she's gone. You can no longer hear Stephen's voice. Gloria is nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Ooh. Willpower, determination. Let's do perception. We're gonna need to be perceptive. The bush is covered with leaves swaying in the wind. You'll brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They are different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs crawls on your finger and bites it. It's just enough to sting a little. You hear brisk steps in the leaves and twigs rustling and parting. Your mother leans over to you. You greet her with a happy face and show her the finger with the bug on it.
So that's where they took you?
Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, and pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind her, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria is in tears. Stephen keeps staring at his feet. You hug Mother tightly. She is here now. Year 2. Oh my god! Someone fucking exploded! The Great Descent. Another memory, you are still a child, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother, Stephen, is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria.
My son, today is a great descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You are too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now.
Gloria takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs, no music. Even the carpet has been taken away. There is nothing here but bare wood.
Today we are not allowed to go to any other rooms. We'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the Great Descent, everyone must be where they belong.
It's quiet, unusually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You are sitting on the cold floor, confused with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice, a lonely sound in the empty room. It is a little song that your mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. I am not going to sing.
When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots from every birth. Let us continue them. 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you and me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand. Guide us by the twins' commands. Common people work and toil. Always patient, never spoil. Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere.
You transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze and smile creeps across her face.
You like the rhyme, don't you, slut? Do you... Jesus Christ. Do you know what it's all about? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that the pillar of light on the horizon, that's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime, from anywhere in the world. If you follow your lot as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar, and if you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too, so the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard, understand? The priests and nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not sure what they do. I guess they talk to the twins and teach everybody.
Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerges 2 figures you have known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song and aware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more.
Know your lot, know the prayer.
You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from light. What will these words be? I'm going to sing it. I'm going to sing it wrong.
Know your lot and know the prayer. The lots are lies told everywhere.
You shout the... Oh, okay. That was me. You shout these words, but you have no idea how they came to you. The shining pair standing behind her back turn to look at you. You can feel their gaze piercing you from the bottom to top. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Now Gloria is staring at you. You see disappointment in her eyes.
Slut, that's not the way the song ends. Why did you ruin it?
You shrug, quite pleased with your cleverness. I'm such a little fucker. Another year has passed.
I'm guessing we'll probably do the whole childhood in this episode. Already gripped. This is great. I love these storytelling games.
The spring of the origin. You're starting to understand more and more of what adults say. Your family is an unusual one. Your father is a nobleman, but not by birth. He is a title earned through great service, but your mother is a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but father says you may not come into nobility. You learn to read in an early age. Together with mother, you read and learn by heart the many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside upon the shining pillar. Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again you try to discern the shapes of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. You much prefer the shadows. The great joy of all of this is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Your older brother Stephen now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath a nobleman to be, he says, so Gloria calls him names and Stephen pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you in all the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother, or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stephen gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings getting in his way as it is. Soon you will be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest boy will be, boy or girl, you will love them the most. will I? When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of wars and generals and rebellions quite enchanting, and Father approves of your fascination.
Study hard, and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. But first, you need to grow up.
Growing up, the concept is terrifying as it is alluring.
Oh my god.
A lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You are both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch on your hand stings a little. Stephen is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. The stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You do not want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She is not as gentle as to you these days.
Why did you hurt Stephen, slut?
You stammer out an explanation. He hit you first. You just hit him back.
How dare he pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm gonna hit you with a real sword. I've gone from being Jersey and British to back to being British.
Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and yet you can still feel her concern for you.
Even if Stephen hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son. I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer, but your brother was born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot, and the sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be.
Now Stephen looks upon you in triumph. You look up at Mother in fear, not sure what to think or what to do now.
Alright, so I can accept my punishment. What is this? Willpower -5. Okay, so I can accept my punishment. Or deny your guilt. I'm gonna deny my guilt. Fuck that.
You break out of your mother's arms and start screaming. You are innocent. You cry, and if he hits you, you'll hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into Mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you down the stairs.
I'm doing this for your own good. Do not defy me, slut. You're born a commoner. My son, power and will is not your lot. This is Stephen's lot. He'll become a noble soon. Life for you and me is humiliating and suffering. You'll have to accept it.
You are flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that you are your brother's equal. It is only way you can prove that one day you will have the right to rule and fight. Alright. Mother mostly stays in her chambers now.
Gloria's rhymes.
With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly, and you feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar. She sings to you songs and tells you amazing stories.
Hey, slut, do you...
Oh, wait, what? Okay, wait, hold on, I need to... No, not this one. Where's the... House of Brante? Okay. Wait, what the fuck? Where is it? Family, this is what I wanted. Okay, Lydia is our mother. Okay, Gloria is the sister. Okay, I got a little confused there.
Hey, slut, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself. There's even a bit about you, but don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you got flogged for hitting Stephen? Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great, says we should not fight our fate. Brother loves to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it is mine.
But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there, but then she vanished. The servants join you in the search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears the commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She is holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face grows dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands and looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape.
What is this nonsense, Gloria? We talked about this. You were to take care of your little brother. You are absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It has already been decided by the gods. And he's not my little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny, and I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You are a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned to properly care for children. Had your disgraced former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate, and you are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again.
Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you both into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You are a bystander to this scene, unsure of how to act.
Complain about your sister, offer to write rhymes with her, comfort your sister, leave the room. I'm comforting the sister. I think Gloria's cool. Gloria can join the shadows with me.
Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. None of this is her fault, you say. What Mother did is wrong and far too harsh. Gloria sniffles before speaking.
But I did leave you alone. You're not mad at me, really?
You nod in reassurance. Gloria embraces you.
Slut, you're the best little brother in the world.
The two of you make a little deal. She promises to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets always.
Cool. Got some relations. I lost some willpower.
The two of you make a little...
Oh, okay. I don't know why I lost willpower from that. Alright, about halfway through childhood.
Mother is in her armchair knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says she's very busy with important job. He's a judge, after all. One day you decide to ask Mother and Stephen and Gloria, how come they're brother and sister to you, but not siblings to each other?
Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stephen, you see. He's the son of another mother, and Gloria is the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older.
How is that even possible? You're family, or you're not. Several days later, Mother calls Stephen and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You're told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear.
When you enter the temple, bow to the twins, first to the elder on the right, and then to the younger on the left. Stephen, you're a noble man to be, so walk along the side paved with marble, where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each of you on your own side. Stephen, kiss the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid of it. Resign yourself to suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot.
Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you one day too? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She's hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stephen is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all is the same, and yet everything has changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. Fuck you, stupid asshole brother. I'm gonna kill you as soon as I get the chance. Brothers and sisters sacrament. Your siblings Stephen and Gloria took their first sacrament at the temple. Okay. The baby. The newborns cry. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stephen and Gloria are also here. Excited, I guess. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him. Oh no, the two of you will play together, and tease Stephen together, and help Mother together, and go on so many adventures together. Stephen is going to kill this baby. I can feel it. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. And Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She is so worn out she is starting to forget things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time.
Go away, slut! You're bothering me!
She spits these words out through her teeth. The look of the bawling newborn, she can't even get a minute of respite.
Enough already! When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet!
Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries grow even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You're scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life much more. Call for Father for help. Redirect her anger to yourself. Snatch Nathan from Mother. I can't hug Mother. I'm gonna snatch him. You leap at your mother and demand she give you Nathan. She freezes when she hears the words. You snatch your little brother out of her arms. She chokes with rage and falls on the bed screaming. You run away from the playroom. Your baby brother is heavy in your arms. He sniffles. You sway him gently like Mother did and quietly sing him a lullaby about the twins. Nathan calms down. Soon he closes his eyes. You put the newborn on your bed and swear on your life that no one will ever hurt him when you're around. You hear heavy footsteps in the hallway. Father enters the playroom. He looks at you, then at Nathan, somewhat confused.
You did something bigger than you today, son. It is a noble deed to protect your family, but you should have come to me. Please understand, this was my duty, not yours. You saved your baby brother from harm. If you feel safe, if you feel yourself ready to take the responsibility to protect others, then maybe you can walk the path of the noble when you're older. But for now, we should bring him back to your mother. Come with me.
He picks up Nathan. Your brother is fast asleep, breathing quietly. The three of you return to Mother's bedroom. Father puts Nathan back in the crib. Mother is no longer screaming. She embraces you.
Please forgive me. The twins know I was out of mine. Please don't be angry with me.
You hug your mother in response. Alright, Nathan, yeah. Nathan! Nathan! Yes, Nathan! You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He is finally back home after a long trip.
Slut, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district.
Stephen wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your older brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy city streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Agnozette. That you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There is a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of the enormous tree that spreads its branches above the city.
My son, did you know that silver tree grew from the blood of our gods' own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why.
The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to the city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. This shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never seen so many once before.
Have you chosen your present yet?
Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval.
Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We will lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead, take your present.
Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He is about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. The rich boy screams so loudly in the shop everyone hears it.
He hit me! He hit me!
A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father, but then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulders.
What happened?
You press against father, your mind more at ease. He will protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns around to face you when he hears these words.
Is this true, slut? Did you strike the son of a nobleman?
I can...
I'm gonna deny my guilt. I'm a little fucker.
You hide behind father and deny all wrongdoing. The boy was too clumsy. Now the two fathers come face to face. Your father is I cannot speak, while the enraged nobleman pelts him with insults and reaches for his sword again and again. The insults do not stop. In the end, the nobleman challenges father to a duel. There is only one way to protect the family honor. Father grudgingly accepts the challenge. They bring him home much later with a fresh wound in his side and another on his shoulder. You spend the entire day by his bedside doing whatever he says, overcome with a mixture of shame, guilt, and gratitude. Even though father rarely shows it, he would readily risk everything for his family. When father's wounds heal, he brings you to the belated present, a little box full of soldiers, the Holy Order made of 10. You line the soldiers up in battle formation, only one thought on your side, or on your mind, your family is always by your side. Except for Steven, he's a little fucker and he can die.
Did he win? Did father win the duel? That was kind of unclear.
Today, father ordered the dinner table to be brought into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stephen, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden, and now a dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together, with father at its head of the table, smiling. He asks each of you about your study. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny sing-song voice. Stephen mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding his smile in his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stephen listens to you with skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dust tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches Father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in dim light, and each line gradually washes the smile from Father's face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at Father with an unspoken question in her eyes.
Gregor Brante is coming back to Anizot. He is the head of our family, my father. Grandfather's return.
The intrusion.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. What's going on in this house?
Ever since the news of Grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not yet...
Is that moving? It is! Oh my god, that's so trippy. I caught my eye while I was reading it. I was like, is that fucking picture movie? Have they all been moving?
There's not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she is ever seen hiding in the attic. They make Stephen stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day Grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, Mother, Stephen, Gloria, you, and Nathan, the entire Brante family stand on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives and out steps a tall, gaunt old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively.
Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you've been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cuts us off from wherever becoming nobles of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place.
Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him.
I've always been far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? They're being raised in virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins willing, now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stephen with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake.
Your brother's fate has been decided just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stephen for the journey. Stephen freezes in place, glancing at Grandfather, and Father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined room after room. Everything Grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at the crease on the blanket in Nathan's crib in the mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next.
What is this, Robert? 10 soldiers in your young son's room? He was born a commoner. I won't have him daydreaming of battle.
Grandfather seizes the box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present for the first day of your studies. It means so much to you, but what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command the toy soldiers? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in flames.
Well, can't do 2 of these. Watch them helplessly melt. Rescue your 10 soldier. Can't do that. Yep, determination not high enough. Burst into tears or strike him. I'm going to fucking kick the shit out of my grandfather. Death number 1.
Overwhelmed by helpless rage, you run to grandfather and kick him in the leg with all the strength you can muster. Yet he is immovable. The next thing you see is him leaning, towering over you menacingly, his heavy walking stick in hand.
Low-born scum! How dare you raise a hand to me!
The blow hits home. The handle of the walking stick is as heavy as a rock. You are dazed, robbed of both hearing and sight. Down comes another blow. A sharp pain splits your head, then darkness. Your hand twitches against your will, then again and again, it is trying to catch a flying butterfly, and then you fall into a primordial void. The void takes away a part of you, one of the lives you were given to live. It will never return. There is pain, desperation, and a sense of loss. Nothing can be done now.
First death.
You fall into a pain that embraces you like a soft feather bed. You feel light, free. There are no restraints, just a warm glow that envelops you in the secure embrace. The waves carry you, their touch is soft. They delicately enshroud what was once your body. It is feeling unlike anything you have ever experienced before. Something absolute and complete. You touch something greater. The reason behind everything. The reason for your very existence. You were sculpted from this light. It was the first thing you ever felt. A boundless and sincere unity of diverse. Your beginning was the spark that cast the light in all directions, and now you are here again, one with the beginning of everything. The light gleaming from you resembles the light of the shining pillar. You still see it in the north, as always. The waves of light carry 2 figures. The eldest is the nearest. He is ready to accept you. He is quiet, wise, kind, and pure. The younger waits further back. You do not know what he is yet. The wave pauses. The wave paws at the elder's feet. He leans over you and plants a feather-light kiss on your forehead. The kiss spreads all over you. You are filled with unparalleled delight and bliss. You exist. You are unique. There is no one else like you. They know this, and they love you. You will never be alone. You are part of them, a part of your family, a part of this universe. The twin gods will never leave you. They watch over you constantly. The elder softly touches you as you lie spread out amongst the waves, sending you further down the torrent light. You float on, the top of the silver tree's spreading crown. The closer you get to the silver tree, the heavier you become. The waves draw you down along its trunk, but you do not wish to part with the warmth and the softness, with the love. You turn around. The elder is still watching you. He nods. All of it is as it should be. Go. Your time has not yet come. You must return to the world now. As you tumble down toward your body, you comprehend your true meaning of your lesser death and the divine love that has been revealed to you. Love exists not only in the hereafter, it is present in the entire design of the twins that is origin of all life in this world. What is this manifestation of this love in your mortal life? Oh, we got some choices to pick. Empire, by creating the empire, the living Lot, family, remain silent. Cause. The empire is the only thing that gives us place in the world. A connection to others, an enormous family made for people. What could be a stronger manifestation of love than your very existence? I kind of like this yourself one. The lot's bullshit. My family kind of sucks. Empire,
The cause, love gods who are very great, allow you to change the world they have created to influence with your deeds, wherever your mission is. Ooh, actually, I like this one. This is a good one. We'll go with that one.
A sudden comprehension of the love which with the entire world is imbued illuminates in your mind, but then it fades away and vanishes. You regain the sensation of your flesh. It is heavy and unwieldy. It lacks the lightness, that light. It is a burden. It is smothering you. You gasp for air. Your chest expands, painfully. You feel as though your lungs are about to burst. The stagnant odor of the crypt fills them, revolting, but so real. You are back.
I'd rather not be.
Then you smell a sickly moist smell. You feel dampness all around you. You come back to your senses in the gloom of the family crypt, lying flat on a stone slab. Your parents are on the way to their crypt right now. You hear their muffled voices. They are arguing, and against all rules, Mother will not agree with Father.
Why would Sir Gregor do this? He just took one of our child's lives.
Lydia, my father is our whole family's head, and the boy raised a hand to him. There was nothing we could do, and Father did admit that he was too hard on him. Please do not anger Sir Gregor. You need to accept this. It will never happen again to any of our children ever again.
Their voices grow quiet as they lean over you. You lean on your elbows and try to get up from the stone. Mother gingerly wraps her cloak over your naked body as you shiver from the cold.
My son, your first death came far too soon. I know it may be difficult to realize what happened, but know this, the twin gods are ever merciful. Your child and your time to leave for the hereafter has not yet come. You will be returned here by the gods twice more, but do not tempt fate again, and never ever defy those who can easily take your life. Slut, you have angered your grandfather greatly. Do not stand in Sir Gregor's way ever again. He will never hurt you again. For now, you just stay away from him.
Father stays a step away from you, not saying a word. When Mother finishes talking, he picks you up and carries you outside. Together your parents take you from the family crypt. On your way out of the crypt, you take a moment to touch your head. It is perfectly fine. There is no sign of the blow. Back home, Grandfather is still walking through the house examining the rooms. You can see that Stephen and Gloria are disturbed by what just happened. Nathan starts crying when he sees you. The playroom still reeks of burnt paint. There is something new about you now. A pitch-black stripe on your left arm. It looks a strange bit of dirt at first, but it will not wash off. It will be forever. Mother explains. That is all she will say of it.
Alright. Grandfather's a piece of shit. Beyond, event has happened. Suffer your first death. Yep. Kind of figured I was going to get killed right there. Grandpa was going to lose his temper and kill me.
Soon Grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stephen goes with him. From that day on, Father hired teachers tend you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life in the blessed Arcanian Empire. You often distract yourselves from their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your elder brother. Too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stephen. Grandfather has sent him to a boarding school for nobles, and he is now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman.
The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without the teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We're learning how to live lives as nobles in a noble society. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part.
With Stephen now at the boarding school, Grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eternia, the capital of the Empire, and has to travel there. One day you ask Mother where he lived before. In Eternia, she says.
In Eternia. But now his place is here.
Each time grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating grandfather's chambers, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject this house to this constant reconstruction? Grandfather answers is always the same.
This home is mine, and I will live here as befits an old man of my nobility.
An illustrious guest. Some days grandfather stays home, and on those days you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you can avoid— Why is this shining over here? I have to see. Oh, it's just updated. Okay. But there is no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is there, but you cannot bring yourself to eat. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She's been crying all night and again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table where nobody used to sit before.
Robert, it is high time your youngest sons underwent their sacraments.
Sir Brant, please, let them live free of the lot for a while longer. They are but—
Shut your mouth! Robert, that wife of yours is impertinent enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It is time you considered a real marriage, Robert, one to a woman of the proper station.
Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. Tears roll down Mother's cheeks. Father does not look away from the plate, his hands clenched into his fists.
Baroness El Lodar is one such woman. She is a commonly widow and a fine match. She is suing her for inheritance right now and could use proper support and a husband. You can keep your lowborn Lydia around if you like. Servant mistress, I don't care. I will not do that, Father. I am the head of this family, and the family's standing took a severe blow after you married that commoner. It is unthinkable. How could you give up the memory of the beautiful Amelia Elborn for this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers? But now you have a chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me.
Father nods curtly, trying not to look in Mother's direction.
Father, I wish to see Stephen. If you find your conduct in your Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared.
Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate, and leaves Mother's lips move, and Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then Father stands up and orders you, the other children, back to your rooms. He needs to speak to Mother in private. Father comes to your room before bedtime. He sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts a crease on the wooden blanket. Woolen. He distanced himself from you after Stephen's departure, so you are not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face in the dark. There is a sour expression on it.
My son, Baroness Emma Elodar will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be immaculate as possible. Don't let me down.
On the next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all in her and her eyes. She has been crying, and for a long time it hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets. Your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically content look upon him. You hear the sounds of wheels and hooves against the cobbles in the yard. Then a pair of dainty heels come clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still. Fearing Grandfather's observant eye, your door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Father takes her hand of Lady Elodar and kisses it, showing her the compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother.
Baroness, allow me to introduce Robert's sons, Slot and Nathan Brant. Frankly, it's the eldest Stephen who deserves the most attention, but he currently is studying in Eternia with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his youngest sons will also make him proud one day.
Grandfather eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her here, or next to your mother, your father's rightful wife?
Greet the Baroness politely, walk away with Mother. Maintain your composure. So I unlocked this. I'll maintain my composure to get in, and then I'll wreak havoc once I'm in.
You mutter a proper greeting to Lady Elodar and bow your head. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Mother walking upstairs to her room. You, on the other hand, follow Father and Grandfather obediently into the sitting room. Jesus Christ. Grandfather and Baroness Elodar... excuse me. Engage in a small talk over dinner. They discuss her inheritance litigation, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father is mostly silent and only getting in a word or two. The morning after, Father leaves for Eternia with Grandfather to visit Stephen. He returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You overhear your parents talking. Apparently, Grandfather has already poisoned Stephen's mind against him, and he greeted Father with cold hostility. The name of Baroness Eldar is never mentioned in the house again.
Interesting. Oh, we're almost done. With childhood, that is.
The kaleidoscope. Father now checks on your studies often and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in an incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wishes Stephen had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear these words from your father of all people. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. It feels lighter around the house with his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She has already helped you progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now, she seems preoccupied with the strange tube.
Aren't you... Okay, this is Gloria. Oh no, this is me.
Aren't you hurt by the way Grandfather treats you?
You ask. Gloria just shrugs.
Grandfather always says they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot. Worse because you're closer to him. I just have to stay out of his way, that's it.
She shows you the strange tube she has been holding all day.
Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside?
Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eye sees a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors. They mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fire burning in the fireplace into a cavalry made of flames. You are riding at the front of the fiery horsemen, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines. You swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through the window. The pattern's unending, secretive and calm and peaceful, just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold radiating gentle warmth, like Mother's arms. This fleeting beauty too soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again you see your family and these interconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. In the middle of the golden glow you see Gloria's green eyes gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago. The books are abandoned and the time slips away unchecked, but you are still busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes again and again, but you cannot preserve it, no matter how you try. You're caught in a conflict. There is so much that can be done with this kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart, or ask Gloria how it works, or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you? But you still have lessons to do today.
So I can take this apart. I could keep looking through it, get some more willpower, or I could return to my studies. I'm gonna get some more willpower.
You continue peering into the ever-changing patterns of the kaleidoscope offers you. They become truly interesting when you point it at the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. In your mind's eye, one battle follows another, filling your ears with clanging steel and the neighing of horses. You are leading the Imperial Army now. Everybody is so proud of you. Grandfather says you are better than Stephen, and a father's stern voice cuts your daydream short. You lost all track of time. It is evening now.
How did you get your hands on this toy, slut? Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You have the double lessons tomorrow.
Sweet temptation. Grandfather's visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. He has become something you are used to, something nagging yet not unordinary, like a splinter or stain on your trousers. The tension still remains, however. Sir Gregor's disdain for everyone in the house is so palpable, it almost stings for real. Your lessons with the tutor are done for today. You are walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slightly open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap her on the shoulder. She is startled.
Oh, it's you, slut. Look, Sir Gregor's eating something.
Grandfather is sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another now and then. Inside the bowl you see candied fruit, a sweet confectionery forbidden to the common estate, like all sweet things. Yet Grandfather's face shows no pleasure as he keeps consuming the high-born treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on a shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city at this time. Gloria nudges you with her elbow and looks at the candy bowl when you look at her. The first emotion you feel is fear, but next comes curiosity, and it is stronger. Stephen used to boast the candied fruit tastes incredible, and now you have a perfect opportunity to try it. You try candied fruit first. The sugar starts to melt as soon as you put it on your tongue. It's so sweet. You have never eaten anything as good as this. You take the whole bowl off the shelf and give it to your sister. She takes a fruit and brings it to her mouth, carefully, like a rare treasure. There is a thumping on the stairs, footsteps accompanied by the knocking of a walking stick. You have no idea why, but Grandfather is back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria after you, but she is frozen in place with the bowl in her clans. The door opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances on Gloria. His hand seizes her arm.
You squalid, ungrateful, low-born child! How dare you bite the hand that feeds you? You and your trollop of a mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. The sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble estate, not for the likes of you. Did you forget your lot?
His hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. She falls to the floor right next to where you are hidden. Her fingers glisten with the warm, melted sugar that brought you here. Grandfather advances again, his walking stick ready, but then he sees you, huddling behind the armchair.
Please don't hurt him, Sir Brant. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me.
You can already see a bruise on Gloria's cheek. This is only the beginning of her punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed, unlike you. You can still avoid your punishment.
What is it then, milksop? Did you try the sugar too, or were you trying to stop this piece of filth like she says?
Okay, so I can tell the truth, I can lie. I can mock grandfather along with your sister. Okay, yeah, I want to do this one. Come on. Gloria, you gotta join me.
You jump up and try to shield Gloria, then you start boasting right in his face. Yes, you did eat the sugary treat, and it was very much the opposite of sweet. Good thing Gloria did not have time to eat hers, or it would have been a disappointment to her too. Gloria catches on in a moment.
Yeah, sugary treats are for fat, noble kids, but they're gross to us. We're just commoners.
You continue her train of thought. Why, we simply got curious after Stephen started boasting about it. He told us these treats are so good you could eat them forever. But no, your other brother lied. They are simply unbearable. And then again, what else would you expect from Grandfather's darling Stephen? Grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow.
You dare mock me? I will not let this stand. Know your place, you foul, low-born scum.
He keeps hitting you until he grows tired, and then he leaves you where you are, muttering in impotent rage. Soon enough, Mother comes to find the two of you on the floor. Too afraid to move, she shakes her head in disappointment. You are badly hurt and covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts of the lots, and how important it is to follow them. Gloria's face is bruised and swollen, but she still gives you a weak smile.
We got him so riled up. 2 commoners made an honorable and noble feel helpless. Makes us all the pain worth it. Isn't that right, brother?
Your entire body hurts from the heavy blows, but deep inside you are ecstatic. You stared up to Grandfather today. It is a victory you will remember for the rest of your life.
Fuck you, Grandfather, you're such a piece of shit.
When Father is not working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard, practicing his fencing. You are allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It is a new day, and Father has been busy in his studies since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for today. The house is empty. You spot Father's sword hanging by the yard. He must have left it there by accident after a training session. You deliberate at first, then grab the sword with a resolve and run outside. At last you have a chance to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it was made specifically for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired, but at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as the thin blade slices through the air. But you swing too far back. The blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. The sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You try to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop bleeding, but all you do is make the blood flow faster.
Slut, what are you doing here?
The familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arms rip off a length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace.
My son, why did you have to take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. One day, you might have a chance to earn the right and carry a weapon, but first you must have patience and study and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself.
You rarely spend time with your father without someone else around. There is a paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder barely hurts now. You would be glad to be convinced by what he says, but how can you forget your dream? How can you abandon it just to earn Father's approval? Is it right for him to ask you so much? Alright, I'm gonna take a risk. Ask Father. Father's inquisitive look presses you for an answer. It takes you a long time to muster enough courage to speak. You beg him to teach you how to fight. At least the very basics. It will certainly come in handy in your future. It will be your first step towards becoming a nobleman. Now it takes Father a long time to respond. He is about to speak and you expect a refusal, but he says nothing. He draws a sharp breath but remains quiet. Then he finally offers you the sword.
But remember this, slut. You are not a warrior, not yet. You will study like this. You study your lessons.
He teaches you the first lesson right away. You learn to dodge attacks. There are several times when the tip of the blade cuts the air dangerously close to your nose. It is scary and difficult, but you manage it. From that day forth, Father teaches you the foundations of sword fighting in great secret. You use your passion for tree climbing to explain the cuts you receive during training. Soon you learn how to hold your own in duel, but will you ever need this art in real life?
Event happened. Nice. Getting some statistics for the future.
The sacrament.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Father and Mother have been focusing on Nathan and you since early morning. Instead of breakfast, you are told to say your prayers, wash your hands and face, and get dressed in plain white shirts. Today is the day of your sacrament.
Oh my god, what happened to Nathan?
Mother, I want to go play in the yard. No playing today. You and Slut are big boys now. It is time for you both to have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot. I don't want to. Be quiet and listen. You were born commoners, so you must accept a low-born lot before the twins. When you grow up, you will get a chance to earn a noble lot.
Father and Mother take you to the carriage. Nathan is hungry. He starts whining. Grandfather is the last to get in the carriage. His eyes are on you and your brother, looking for every fault. Soon the carriage is moving along the streets of Entails. Slowly and solemnly, one more turn and you see the colossal white building marked by 2 massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you are to enter the Church of the Twin Gods. Jesus Christ! You enter the gate and walk under the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into 2 halves. They are drastically different from one another. The floor on one side is rough and jagged and covered in dried brown spots, while the floor on the other is made of smooth marble. The commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and the well-dressed nobles and their families sit on pews. Father and grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone of the commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see her wince in pain, for the low-born estate shall suffer in the house of the faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and the other children will take your sacrament this day. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with his sword in one hand and a hefty whip on the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. He dislikes this place. He is scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach roils in uneasy anticipation. The first child to take the sacrament is a jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends the sword before him and recites the words of his lot. From this day forth he will fight, and rule, and pursue the arts, his mind now forever free from the throes of suffering, for he now belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade with his lips. Nathan is next to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fearful trance and tries to break free, but the acolyte pulls him towards the altar and throws him on the jagged floor of the lowborn side. The sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, spraying drops of red around him.
I don't want it, slut. Why do they want to whip me? What did I do? What did I do?
You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and protect him, but the acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. The priest starts reciting the words of the lot as he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure... this is the priest. From this day forth, Nathan, thou shalt endure work and suffer. Thou shalt be a dent in thy labor and humble in obedience to thy rulers. And now cometh thy first 2 suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks. It strikes his right shoulder. It strikes his left shoulder. The blows are so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his lot. Nathan gets on his feet and drags himself towards Mother, his knees torn and bloodied, his spirit broken. It is your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below. You're so sharp your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. The acolyte forces your head down and you feel the lash being drawn above you, ready to strike. The priest's words are for you now. This is thy sacrament. Thou shalt work and endure and suffer. Thou art about to receive thy first true offering above the sacrifice. Dost thou accept thy lot? Accept it? Raise my head. Catch the lash. Ooh, kiss the sword. I kiss the sword. The whip slices through the air, about to strike,
but your eyes are transfixed by the blade and the priest holds in the other hand. You jump up and away. The lash misses you. You grab the blade with your hands. It cuts into them without mercy. The priest wrenches it away from your bloodied fingers. You look him straight in the eye.
I am slut of House Brante.
The priest freezes in shock. You seize this moment to pull the sword closer and kiss the smooth, cold blade. You hear cries of outrage amongst the churchgoers. Mother prostrates herself on the jagged floor, racked with fear. Father remains still, baffled by what you have just done, but grandfather looks at you intently, as though truly seeing you for the first time. There is a semblance of respect in his gaze. You are forced back to the commoner's place at the altar. The acolytes seize you by the arms and legs and keep your face bent closely to the bloodied, jagged stones of the floor. The lash strikes your right shoulder, then your left shoulder, then you are told to rise. You are a commoner. Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the church. Once you are outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate and bringing you shame to your family. Nathan holds your hand as you walk, his tearful face a mixture of confusion and awe as he looks into your eyes. But you do not feel as if you have made a mistake. You did what was right for you. That was pretty fucking sick. The mark left on you, the sacrament, takes a long, long time to heal. Mother says it's a reminder of your lot. Suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Gloria shows you the mark of a lash on her shoulder one day. It will never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is the lot you were born into. But Father keeps telling you to study hard so you may yet earn a different lot and become a noble of the mantle. You recall the past with warm sadness, when Stephen still lived with you, or when he wrote to you for a short time after he left. Now he thinks it beneath him to write to the commoners in his family. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often back then. This changed shortly before Nathan was born. But most importantly, you missed the time before the terrifying figure of your grandfather was constantly looming over you. You learn the true power of the lot only after the head family's arrival. In grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserves to be treated with kindness. Is this just him, or is this the way of the entire world? The very thought makes you queasy. You are older now, and what's more, you are the elder brother now. You learned how to care about someone else, how to teach and protect. You are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, plagues gradually gives way to laborious study. Now your choices will decide your place in the bizarre and ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. Alright. Lots of stuff happening. You can scroll through and look at everything that we did. That's cool. Alright. Personality qualities accumulated. Got some determination, perception. Lost some willpower. I'm exhausted. I died once. Continue. This is where we're gonna stop. Just want to make sure that it's like saved.
I was growing up fast.
Oh, okay.
The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.
Is that what we sound like? Chapter 2, Adolescence. That looked like a grown man, but okay. Yeah, this is where we're gonna stop. This was fantastic. This has been on my list for a long time. This has actually been on my list before the Backlogs was even a thing, before I think the channel was even a thing. So I've been like eyeing this and wanting to play this for a long time, but I felt that it was a great game to throw onto the Backlogs list, which is in the hundreds now. It's not hundreds, it's over 100. There's a lot of games on the list. But yeah, I'm super psyched to get this. I probably will be playing more of this. I feel like this also kind of is laid out in a way that I can do like episodic episodes of this. So if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, and there is more, you can hop in the description. There'll be a playlist down there you can click on that will take you to all of the episodes that are currently out. And if you are watching this and there's nothing out and it's the future, comment on the video saying like why you no play if you want to see more, or just watch the video and that'll give me the incentive to come back and check it out some more. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna play some more of this. This was a joy. It's a lot of just reading and voice acting and decision making, but not all games need to be super action packed and stuff. A lot of games could just be like a D&D storytelling session, and that's fun.
I also got to do this voice for a long time as a narrator, and this is one of my favorite voices to do.
So this was great. So hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did, and I'll see you either on the next episode of this or the next episode of the Backlogs. Goodbye.
I pooped my pants.